How about a two-part inside-outside flap video? Good afternoon, YouTube. I am back on the air with what amounts to is not much. It is a little after 2 in the afternoon. Today is Super Bowl Sunday, and I probably will catch a bit of it. I don't know. It depends on how it goes. See if it's a game worth watching or whatever. So I'll probably look at it. Yesterday, Saturday, I took an impromptu trip down to Vevey, Indiana, and saw my mother and my sister and her daughter Rachel, and had a good visit. So, and then after that was done, it was about after 3 o'clock, I think I left and went by my son's house. He lives in Dillsboro, Indiana, and visited with him and his family for a while. So, anywho, that was, and then when I came back, I went by my daughter's house. I made it a whole day out of it. I left it like, I think at 9 o'clock in the morning, and got back home. It was well after 9 in the evening, about 10, I think. Pretty close to it. But it was my grandson Billy's birthday yesterday. Groundhog Day was his birthday, so we had dinner and stuff. So that was that. Didn't really do any filming, any recording on the video at all. I didn't even take a camera with me. Just sometimes I don't feel like doing a video, and yesterday was one of those days. I just didn't feel like it. And this one today that I'm doing right now is going to be like a two-parter. I am scheduled to go to CVS and pick up some medications later on. I put in an order earlier for an additional 4 to the 6 I had. I think it was 6. Maybe I had 4. I don't know. But anyway, I have more to pick up, and it'll be a little bit later when it's ready. So I'll just go and pick that up and take the camera with me and probably do a little vlogging out there too. It's a nice day out there. Temperature is in the 55 to 60 degree range. Sunny. Can't beat that. Car performed brilliantly. No problems. I did a little expressway driving. I drove down from Seymour to Austin, Indiana on I-65. And then I took Indiana 256 all the way over to Indiana 56. Just west of Madison, and then from there I just kept on 56 into Vevey. So sometimes I go that way. It's just a little bit different, different going. I came back the other way. So like I said, it was worked great. I took my I obviously didn't take the camera. I didn't try that again. I'm fed up with the camera. So, but I did take my little Monster Bluetooth player and listen to some good music on the way, so that was nice. And so, like I said, this is going to be the first part of this. I believe Bob's working on his stereo amplifier, the one for the Radio Shack that we are building, or we're building, or he's building. I still haven't got started on mine. I've got all the parts, but I haven't started on it. I get a little bit out of the electronics mood sometimes. I guess that happens to a lot of people that work on stuff like this, and so you get kind of not burn out, I won't say, but just in the mood to do something else. And so kind of taking this weekend off, and that's good. And like I said, I still have these little boxes sitting up here, and that's another thing. I'll do stuff like this. I started a new project when I was trying to sort these things out. But then instead of actually, I think you guys may recall, I said I needed to make a shelf specifically for these boxes. And that has not happened. It's just sitting here. And the other 2 big boxes are over there. And so, I'll get to it one of these days. That's how I operate. My modus operandi. whatever they call that. Anyway, and the returning the dash cam, I still have it sitting on the bench here, and I've been gathering parts that go back to it slowly. As like yesterday, I went out to the car to get it ready to go, and I brought the adapter in from that, and that'll be packed away. And I still have to get the little suction cup mounting from the windshield. It's still out there, so maybe if I remember, I'll bring it in when I come back from CVS. I don't know. Anywho, that's going to do this first part, and we'll see what I have to say when I get my pills. Maybe I get some meds in me. I'll have a little more swinging time. One of the things I think I want to talk about, and I'm not even sure of that, I won't say criticism, because it's not really criticism. It's more of things that you guys that are new to this should try to strive for. You know, and again, that's my opinion, but you know, I just think there's some things that are just like common sense things. So I may get into that. I don't know. We'll see. Just depends on where I go and what I do. If I just go to CVS, come back, I probably won't do anything. But if I go to my little spot there that's near CVS, the little car lot or whatever it is, and sit there, I might have some things to talk about. I don't know. We'll see. So until then, we'll see you later. I'm just sitting here in line at CVS, 2 cars ahead of me. So I'll be over. I'll show you that over there. That's where I'll be going. That lot over here that holds them wholesale type vehicles for the car lots, it's got a few in it, not a lot. I might go over and sit over there. It might be a better place to sit. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I thought I would say hello. Say the beginning of part 2. So hopefully it don't take too long here. So we'll be back in a bit. Stay. Okay, I am back once more. Sitting, like I said, across the street from CVS in the abandoned, or not abandoned, but the overflow car lot. And you probably can see maybe a couple, maybe not. They're over there, I think. Anyway, there's a couple vehicles over there. I'll try this with the window open. I think it'll work all right, except for maybe a passing motorcycle, because it is a nice day out here. And 63 when I left the house, so I'm gonna guess it's pretty much as close as that. I'll check the temperature real quick. Yep, 63. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty nice day. I've got the window open, like I say. I am wearing a coat, but you know, I probably didn't have to. So anyway, I don't know if you guys can get me or not. I think you are. Should be. Anyway, I'm looking directly at the camera. So, a couple of things I wanted to go over for some of you guys that are new at this. These are kind of unwritten laws, I guess, is what you might want to call them. Camera. Try to use a decent camera. You know, it's okay to experiment with other cameras, and you know, after you get established. But when you start off with a really bad camera, you know, it kind of turns people off, and you know, they say, I don't know what's that. So that's just one thing. Also, steady cameras. The shaky cam, I know for a fact that a lot of people get sick watching shaky videos. I'm one of them. I had a girl I was, I won't say seeing, but was a good friend of mine in the post office, and she went to Florida one time, took her video camera with her, and just dying for me to see the video from it, and it made me sick. And I hated to tell her, but I couldn't watch it. It made me that sick. So anyway, it's just you know, kind of keep it steady. And I'm guilty of this as much as anybody else. I do it sometimes, and I've been trying to get better with it, and hopefully I am, you know. So good lighting is important. I think that's you know, these to me are common sense, you know, you would think. And if you view your, you know, everybody views their video before they actually upload it. If it doesn't look good, don't upload it. Either do it again or just forget about that one, you know. Video is cheap as far as, you know, it's just on a flash memory card or whatever, you know. Even if you're using tape, the tapes you can write over them, you know, it's not a big deal. So, you know, try to get as good as you can, and that's another little idea for you. I just had one on my mind and I can't think of it. There's a good one right there. Plan what you want to say. Some people are good at speaking off the top of their head, some are not. I tend to forget what I was going to say sometimes, and you know, that happens to everybody. But if you got some notes, you know, you can refer to, you know, that's a good thing. That would be nice for anybody that's doing that. Also, I know what it was now, the when you do schematics, any kind of something that will show up on the screen and you want it to look as good as possible, try to use either screenshots or, you know, steady, like I said, camera view that doesn't move and things like that, and something that's clear. Any kind of, it doesn't matter if schematics or whatever. If you want to show something on a piece of paper or whatever, try to use a screenshot. And by that I mean, you know, capture it from the computer. Windows 7, most operating systems have a method to capture the screen. And even if it's, maybe you do a screenshot and it won't do, you know, a smaller version of that, most of them do, but I mean, if it doesn't, you can always put it in some kind of graphics program and size it the way you want it. But you know, things like that, you know, that's just clear, makes them clear. And like I said, it's just, these are helpful type hints. I'm hoping. I don't want, this is absolutely not named or not aimed at anybody. I've just noticed I've watched a lot of new people, you know, doing videos, and I'm glad for that. I'm happy, but I want them to be around for a while, and and these are intelligent people, and I know, you know, if they have a good idea of maybe what they're, you know, want to try to shoot for as far as the quality of the video. And I get it. I get it. There's some people that don't really care. I mean, you know, they just want to put up a video. They put up a video. Well, it's okay. They can do that. I mean, you know, not many people are going to watch, but you know, that's just the way it works. And there are several different things that you can check out. There's a YouTube group that promotes or tells you how to improve your channel, things like that. And those are common. There's just all kinds of tips that you can watch, even on YouTube, for improving your videos and things like that. I'm not the end-all be-all one to listen to. I'm learning myself, and I've learned a lot, and I've had helpful people. There's another thing: if you could find somebody that's, let's say, successful on YouTube to basically promotes your channel as far as saying, hey, everybody watch this guy, you know, he's an up-and-coming YouTube star or whatever. And you know, that's good too. And I don't, you know, I've mentioned it many times, I don't care if I have, you know, 1 subscribers or anything. That's the way I am. I just do this for my enjoyment, but my enjoyment includes doing a quality video. I try to do one that's you know, worthwhile and interesting to watch. And for those kind of things, watch some people that are, let me just say they're very popular. You know, sometimes it's the subject matter that you know, gets people to watch, and sometimes it's the person that gets people to watch. Be charismatic, be interesting as possible. Don't be dull and boring, you know. I know these things go without saying. I understand that. But you would be surprised at how many people, you know, put these videos up and don't seem to give a rat's butt, you know, what it looks like or anything else. And that's fine, you know, I understand. You want to do it, you do it your way. But anywho, that's just my feelings on it. Again, I'm not the only one that feels that way, I'm sure. Like I said, there's I tell you one channel that I watch. The guy, he is very good at what he does, and he's by certainly no means a professional, but his channel is very interesting. And you know, if you're into anything at all what he talks about, I'd say watch him, and it's Musty One. And he's just one of those guys that you can sit there and listen to for hours, just talking about what he's doing. And he tries to include people, as far as he'll talk to you like he said, all right, what do you want to do now, you know, and things like that. He's good at it, and I like watching him. And even when he does something on something I don't care for, you know, or something like that. Now, I enjoy watching his VW videos, working on VWs, and all his motorcycle, you know, restorations and things like that he does. And he is mostly, you know, a car type guy. And but now there's other car kind of guys like Eric over at South Main Auto. I've been watching him lately, and he's another one he's just one of them enjoy to watch. You know, he as Bob said, you know, you can only watch so many brake videos on changing brakes and things like that, and I agree with that. And he doesn't do that a lot. Most of his is on diagnostics on the newer cars, and you know, tells how he does it and the proper way, or his feelings on the proper way to doing it. And everybody that does this should be aware, I think, that anything you say on your channel is just your opinion, the way you do it, whatever you want to call it. And I've found it necessary to put up a disclaimer to that effect, and excuse me, and I think it's a good idea too, if you get those kind of comments that say, oh, you're stupid for doing it that way. But you know, whatever. That's another thing that doesn't bother me. People can dislike me. I try to stay positive no matter what, and it's hard to do sometimes for certain people. I understand that, but like I said, if you're in this to, you know, make everybody happy, you might as well give it up, because that's not going to happen. So, like I said, that's just my opinion on things, and as in most videos on YouTube are that way. I mean, it's just whoever's in front of the camera, you know, their ideas about whatever they're doing, or, you know, whatever they're saying. So, you know, I don't know. Let's see. I see somebody running down the street. That's kind of interesting. Where they went? Oh, there he is. He quit running. I guess he got tired of running. Anyway, hoping this year to do some more stuff. Like I said, electronics, sometimes I get I won't say frustrated. That's not the word. It's just disinterested, I guess. You know, you do something for a long time, and there comes a time when you feel like, well, you know, I need to do something else. And, you know, so far that really hasn't come, but there are times that I take a break from it, and I think that's another thing that you should think about. If you get into something really deep and it gets to be an obsession or something like that, you want to take a break from it and get a fresh outlook on it, and that's a good idea. So, you know, but, you know, I try to help anybody because I got into this, and I was doing it for a long time before I really got anybody of significance to watch. And I got a couple of guys to watch it and mention me and things like that. And that started my channel to growing pretty good. So, you know, that's what you want to do, is find somebody that, and I try to do that for anybody that wants that and, you know, needs that. I try to. I'm not I don't know, I got over 600 subscribers, but, you know, I don't have the most in the world, but even that helps a little bit, you know. And so it's just like I said, it's a kind of ongoing thing. But you should strive for quality video, I think. And like I said, something that looks good and sounds good to watch. That's another thing. Sound, big point. I can't stress that enough on your sound, because if you can't hear what somebody's saying, you know, people are not going to watch, because, you know, unless it's very clear what you're doing, and that's 9 times out of 10 is not. You know, the sound is very important. And I try to shoot for a certain level on my sound and I think I may have mentioned this, and if I didn't, I'll mention it again. But I turn my volume on my sound or my video editor at halfway, and when I watch videos, I expect me to be able to use the YouTube volume control at halfway and hear what they're saying. That way, if it's a little low, you can always turn it up, and if it's a little loud, you can turn it down. But I feel that's a pretty good place. If you can understand what you're saying at half volume on in your editor, I think that's a good level to go for, and that's what I try to do anyway. So I know Bill thinks I increase the volume of my ending there, but I don't do that. In fact, I lower it if anything, because of him. I don't want to make anybody upset, and it's not a big deal to me whether it's loud or not. You know, just trying to make a good video. Well, that was nice. Anyway, I just try to make a good video, and like I said, that's what I'm trying to do. So I think I have talked long enough. I have to get my pills home, and yes, I did get my pills. I'm gonna just show you I did get my pills. So that's those, and gosh, it's so nice out here. I hate to go back in. That's by the way, that's $50 worth of pills, and that's after insurance. So yeah, that's a pretty complete. There's like 2 other prescriptions that I normally get that needed to be updated or renewed, I guess, from the doctor. So that can't be done today, but they're really inexpensive. So you know, and that's not one of the prescriptions is that gout medicine I take, colchicine, and it was $31 by itself. So, and that lasts me a long time because I only take it once every 3 days, and I think it's like a 2-month supply or something like that, taking it every other day. So it lasts a long time. So don't worry about that too much. But every once in a while you gotta renew it. So as I mentioned, I went to DERB yesterday. That was a good trip. And I already talked about that pretty good. I don't want to say too much more. One of the things I did find out when I was at my son's house, we went out to look at the car, and I found out that one of the, I don't know what you call these, in a radio, if you don't have a radio, they call that plate that goes over there radio delete. And I don't have fog lights on this, and I'm just guessing they call that the fog light delete. But there's a little cover that fits over that hole where the fog lights go, and it's just a black plastic, you know, it's got a nice appearance to it, but I mean, you know, it's just a superficial type thing. But I noticed that the one on the driver's side was missing, so I found one of those on eBay, and I have ordered it, and I think I'll flash up a little picture of that so you can see it. But and I thought about, you know, the fog lights for this are really not that expensive. You can get an aftermarket set for, you know, that are made for this for less than $50, and I would probably do that. But this one did not have fog lights in the factory, and so I would have to change the headlight switch on the steering column. I don't want to do that because that itself was $110. I think Bob said he looked it up. But and then you'd have to take the steering wheel apart. I don't want to do all that. I don't care about fog lights that much. So, but I do like to have it matching, you know, both sides. And if there's a cover on that side, I'd like one on that side, you know. So, but that's just something I noticed, and so gonna do that. I did get the hood open yesterday and take a look inside there. It looks pretty good. I was happy about that. So, all right, I think that has done me enough. I think the sun's coming out again, or it's come out from behind the cloud, and it's getting bright and sunny, or bright and warm. I've got a coat on, so you guys have a pleasant day, and if it's like here, it would be pleasant. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see ya.